Hello and welcome to Cooking with Alan. Today we're going to make a really basic chicken pot pie. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cook your chicken. I have some chicken breasts here that I've already pre-cooked, 350 for about 20 minutes. Now just cook it through, you don't have to do anything too fancy with it. After your chicken's done, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what we're going to be baking the pie at. For the insides of the pie, we have some cream of chicken. You can also substitute this with cream of chicken with herbs or any other sort of base like that. A can of peas and carrots. You could also do frozen peas and carrots if you can't find a can, although you're gonna wanna de-thaw those. And for canned, you're gonna wanna drain the can. And then just some pie crust. You can buy any store-bought pie crust. You can make your own if you wanna be really fancy. It's gonna take a bit longer and we're not gonna cover that today. So first off, we're gonna add 26 ounces of cream of chicken. If you have a really deep pie dish, you can do more. If you're gonna add more filling to it that's not chicken, if you wanna add some sausage or something as well, then you're gonna want a little bit less, but overall we don't have too much today. So we're just gonna add this into our pot here. No need to worry about scraping it all out of it. There's gonna be plenty of it. Then we're gonna add in the peas and carrots. Make sure you drain them first if you're using canned. And we're gonna chop up our chicken. You're gonna wanna, it doesn't have to be anything too fancy, but you're gonna wanna make it into nice kind of bite-sized pieces. Since we're just doing a chicken pot pie today, using 2 chicken breasts. Add a bit more if you want more meat, less filling. Up to you. It doesn't change it too much how it should be done. All right, now that we have all of our chicken chopped up and added, we're gonna take our pot, bring it over here to the stove. I'm gonna set it at medium-low heat to it. Don't need to do anything too fancy. The idea is you just kind of want to combine the ingredients and warm up the inside a bit. Add a dash of salt and pepper in. Don't need too much. Just kind of mix it in. Like I said, you want this at medium to low heat. We're not trying to boil it. We're not trying to cook anything. Our chicken's already cooked. We're just trying to combine the cream of chicken with everything and get it to a nice kind of warm mixture for the pie. While that mixture heats, we're gonna take out our first pie crust. I've had these out at room temperature for a couple minutes just to make them a little bit easier to work with. So what I've done here is I have a normal baking sheet and I have it lined with foil, just easier cleanup. I've got my pie tray right there on top of it. I like doing this because it's easier to grab. You can just grab the sheet instead of having to grab the pie dish. And if anything does leak out because you put too much in, then it just leaks onto the tray instead of into your oven. So we'll take this, we'll just slowly kind of unroll it. Kind of pushing it down to the bottom, give ourselves a nice pie crust right there. Come back here and we're going to check on our mixture. At this point, it's pretty easy to move. Everything looks pretty well mixed together. We're not, I'm not having any real resistance when trying to move it around. So I'd say we're good to go. So bring it on over to our pie dish and we're just gonna kind of plop it all in there. Move it on out. Now we'll take the other pie crust here. Start unrolling it, and we'll just put it on top. Since this one doesn't have to go down and it's just the top layer to it, you're gonna have a bunch of extra, which that's okay. We'll deal with that in a moment. So I'll just kind of, and then just unroll it across the entire thing. Nice and easy, kind of like that. Lopsided crust, no worries there. What we'll actually do next, take a fork and a knife. Take the fork and we're just going to kind of crimp down on the edges. We're gonna have extra pie crust afterwards, which is fine. But by crimping down, we'll, you know, keep the pie together. It makes that nice thing, nice little crust around it. All I'm doing is just pushing down and out, down and out. Nothing too fancy. I'm gonna make sure you're getting both of the pie crusts in there. Both the bottom one and the top layer we just put on. I'm being extra careful right now. I'm kind of lining it up so it looks pretty, but you don't have to do that. The idea is you're just kind of pinching them together. And then you can go along the edges and peel off that extra crust right there. And now, very important part, is you want to cut some slits in it so the air can get out now that we've crimped it. Otherwise, it's not going to be very nice. I just like doing 3 slits, one bigger one down the middle and then 2 on the side. It's not really science. And we're good to go. We're gonna pop this in the oven for about 20-30 minutes. Everything's already pre-cooked. So, you know, we're not cooking anything. We're just kind of baking the pie shell, making sure the insides are nice and warm. You're gonna be able to tell as the edges to the pie are gonna get, you know, kind of a nice brown color around that 25-30 minute mark, and that's how you can tell it's done. If you really want to, you can go put aluminum foil around it to give it a little bit crispier of an edge, but we're not gonna do that today. Open up our oven. Set the timer for 25 minutes. We'll come back and take a look at it. Timer just went off. It's been 25 minutes. We're gonna go pull it out of the oven. See here, you know, the crust is starting to get dark over there. Getting that nice darkness around it. And as you can see also, you know, just a little bit bubbled up over. That's why we have this sheet right there, just so we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna let it rest about 10 minutes. Come back afterwards, cut it up, and have a nice piece of pie. All right, it's been about 10 minutes now. Pie's cooled down some. You can let it cool down a bit more if you want. What we're gonna use is a plastic knife so we don't scrape and scratch the pie dish. We're just gonna cut it into 8s, 6s, whatever you want. We'll do 8s in this case. Just have a little bit smaller of a piece. The nice thing about the plastic is it's not gonna go scrapier, so you can give it a little bit of force to it as you're cutting it. Cut through that crust. Good scoop there, that's okay. Some of the good stuff, that filling. We're good to go.